And I called her and I said, you know, you were telling me about cancer, but they just told me I got cancer in my lung, but it's about to be removed. And she was like, what? But she showed up, and she ain't left. And she was like, I got you. And I was like,
did you tell them the other side of the story?
Yeah.
The other side of the story is that she also, she also needs a lot. Listen, I can tell you that the corporation that I'm affiliated with the other day gave me major props and said, wow, Linda Fleshy, you've been in Harlem for only a couple of weeks and I see you working with Arise and you're working with this and you're working with that and this and that and the other, the third. Well, guess who makes that happen, man? I'm serious. Her. She gave me a lot of, she really did open a lot of doors for us.
Everybody.
She does. And, she helps me. She's somebody that never takes without giving, ever. And that's why it works. It's a marriage.
That's the longest one I think I'm going to have.
Me too.
Lord Jesus, this is rough out here.
I'll be honest with you. I have a dream too. I really do. I always tell Shawana that I would love to, and I think it's really, it's about to happen. Mark my words. I'm good at
what the community center is, if you're not servicing the community, you're not doing your job as an advocate. We got churches that open up on Saturday and sell baked goods and open up on Sunday to take tithes. But the kids just walking past the churches are the ones that need to be ministered to. Jesus Christ ain't never preached inside no church. He went out amongst the thieves, the criminals, and the murderers to pull them in so they could be inside of God's house. With that, I'd like to say thanks for inviting me. So, I love you.
Oh my God.
And making things happen. We're always not going to get what we want, but if we have access, we can have a chance to get what we want. So I want to stress that. And again, I thank all of you for being here, and I look forward to some of the good work we're going to be doing together. Thank you.
And I just want to say, as a woman, as a person in the community doing nonprofit, trying to help my people on the ground, thank you for helping us try to help our people on the ground. Because collectively, we know that when we go to politicians' office, that sometimes it falls on deaf ears. But I know that when I walk in your office, I promise you I will tell everybody, and everybody know I say it, Nina Norwood is the best thing I've seen in any politician's office ever. Ever. Like ever.
Thank you so much.
But it shows who your leader is. Because if you are a reflection of what your leader is, then I thank her for who she is and what she means.
Silent cry is so important in this community. And as Derek knows, because just yesterday he had to deal with something that we thought was a horrible situation, and he found out the truth. Incarcerated women has been a neglected population.
Yes.
They've had programs for men. I was involved with a program maybe 15 years ago for the children of incarcerated mothers. But the mothers were left out. Silent cry, and I thank Shawana for what she has done to invest in this community. Harlem is my village. I love it. I just, when I just think about it, I just get something inside of me because I love this community so very much. And women, I don't care whether they're incarcerated or not, or formerly incarcerated or not, is the women, the strength, the tenacious spirit of strong women that has kept all the villages of Harlem throughout the world.
All right.
And oftentimes, no one recognizes them. even though we rely upon them.
Right.
And that's whether we're talking about in the church for a minister. Who does all the work in the church? The women.
Right.
And the elders, the men, stand up and take the accolades. But it's the women who keep the home going,
Right.
keeps the home fires burning, who educates the children, who also works a second job and a third job, because her first job is her children. Many incarcerated women that have babies in jail, the places are not suitable for them to give birth, or if there is a problem birth, there's no money vested in order to say that a birthing mother needs space, private space, in order to breastfeed her child. Instead, they take the child away at birth, and a family member has to take the child. Instead of allowing the mother to bond the first months, the first year, and then the child can leave, so that the child does not know anything about the jail. But they don't allow the child to stay there. Shawana has built up silent cry because it's the crying, the silent crying, the tears that flow, but you don't hear that we're really crying unless you look deep inside of our hearts and our minds and our spirits, where you indeed see that we are crying. We're doing outreach. We want our children, we know our children are our future. My future.
Come, Miracle.
Come on, Miracle. Come on, Miracle. It's all right. Miracle is my future.
Yep.
That's
Right.
right.
Yes, indeed.
She's my future. She's the Village of Harlem future. She is the black race's future.
Yes, that's right.
She is the future that we all must depend upon. Is doing something that you perceive as wrong. Sometimes it's all right to stop the child and let the child know that don't do that. And when they're doing good, let them know you're glad to see them doing it. Because we don't tell our children when they're doing good.
That's right.
We always are hollering when they're doing something we don't like. But when they're doing something good, we very rarely say anything. And that's important. Because they want to hear when they're doing good. Mothers and fathers, because oftentimes fathers are also the mothers. My father was my father and my mother. My mother died when I was 3. So he raised me with the help of his mother.
Woman in there somewhere. There's a woman in there somewhere. Woman in there somewhere.
To embrace me and take care of me. And we were a village then and we're a village now. I brought a few citations because of the work that you're doing, and you're agreeing to stand up and be counted and be a part of silent cry. But please, please, don't just clap for Shawana and silent cry. Embrace her. Love her. Take care of her. Keep her going. Feed her. Feed her what she needs spiritually in order to continue when she's down. Because there are times, and I'm sorry about my back. I apologize. Because she needs that too. She needs to be spiritually fed, just like our future. So I'm going to give it. Will you help me? My future? Okay, my future. Miracle's going to help me.
The first one is from this, which is definitely you. They gave us some beautiful words earlier.
This is from the New York State Assembly to recognize you for the work that you're doing.
Because long after he walked out my door, I had tears running down my face from a conversation that I had with him. And I said, God, give him everything that he needs. Because I understand that as a black man, it is a struggle out here. Because the people in blue hunt you, the people that look like you hunt you. Structural racism hunts you.
Weaponized skin.
Come on. And I said, cover him, God, because he has so much value. Everybody that just finished going to Columbia is very clear. Takashi coats and black bodies have value. And I look at my brother and I'm like, I hope he knows the value that he possesses in his body when he wakes up every morning. I hope every morning he is renewed because he got a hell of a fight and he does it. And he does it with a smile on his face. He does it gracefully. And I'm like, damn. I get off the phone with him because I be ready to just be going to 10 to 60 to 100. And he be like, yeah, you know, it's a great day. I'm going to go outside. It's going to be wonderful. I'm like, damn, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It is not that great. You know what? It is going to be great. It is happening because if Arthur is this happy, it has to be this great. And I said, even if it ain't great, he make it look good. He like Maybelline. He make it look good, y'all. He is out here making it look like amazing. So,
right? And I see poor white people. And not only did I see them, I said that they were duped too. Right? Because way before, you know, a unified front over here in the United States of America, somebody thought it was going to be an ingenious plan to put the poor whites against the poor black farmers so that way that they can win. So they told the poor white farmers, although you're poor, you're not a nigga, right? So you're better in that aspect. So while I was incarcerated, I recognized that, okay, I read a book by a man named Viktor Frankl called Man's Search for Meaning. Man, it changed my life. Between that and Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams, those two books changed my life. I got a sense of identity, and with that identity, I recognized that I owe. And what I mean by I owe, everything I learned about strength, I learned from a woman. Or black women, Hispanic women have always been on the front line, white women as well. But I'm saying this message is for a black woman because at the end of the day, the most revolutionary act on the planet for me is the love of a black woman. And the reason why I state that is because all that black men have to deal with just to make it home. Right? So the last thing that when we make it home to you, it's like a sense of, it's like home base and it's so beautiful. We want to take a side. So I recognized and I seen all these women on the front line doing things. I said, well, man,
I've come through many hard trials, through temptations on every hand. Though Satan's tried to stop me and to place my feet on sinking sand, through the pain and all of my sorrows, through the tears and all of my fears, the Lord was there to keep me, for He's kept me in the midst of it all. Not because I've been so faithful, not because I've always obeyed. No, it's not because I trusted Him to be with me all of the I could do it on my own, but Jesus, 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 He kept me when I wanted to do wrong. Yes, He did. He kept me, yeah, yeah. He kept me. Jesus kept me when I thought I was going to lose my mind. Jesus kept me. Jesus kept me with His power. Jesus kept me. Jesus kept me. He didn't let me fall. Jesus kept me. Jesus kept me. Right there in the midst of it all. Yeah. I don't know what you're going through, but will you allow me to encourage you? I know if He did it for me, 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 He will do the same for you. Jesus, Jesus, yes, He did. Jesus, Jesus, yes, He did. I don't know nobody else to call on in times of trouble. I tried my mother, and I know she loves me. I tried my family, and I know they love me. But no, nobody but Jesus. Nobody but Jesus. He held my hand. He brought me through. He wouldn't let me fall. So let me encourage you. Don't give up. Don't give in. I don't care what nobody else says. You can win with Jesus, with Jesus, with Jesus, with Jesus. You can make it. Come on and understand. You have everything inside of you to take it. Jesus, Jesus. Through temptations on every hand, though Satan's tried to stop me and to place my feet on sinking sand, through the pain and all of my sorrows, through the tears and all of my fears, the Lord was there to keep me, for He's kept me in the midst of it all. Not because I've been so faithful, not because